Hello everybody, I am out in New York today in front of the St. Luke's Theater on 46th Street, where Anthony Wilkinson's brand new comedy, My Big Gay Italian Funeral, starts today. The anticipation is building with less than an hour till showtime, so let's go in and see how Anthony and the rest of the cast are doing.
Even though you were so sick, I just felt so much comfort knowing that you were here. But now you're at peace, and that's where you belong. You were always so supportive of me and everything that I did, and now I just want to make you proud. I know, I need to stand up and be a man and take control of this family. You know, the next 3 days are going to be hell. And somehow I just have this feeling that you're right here in this room with a glass of wine, taking it all in.
All right, so here we are back at the St. Luke's Theater on 46th Street. It is the big premiere tonight of Anthony Wilkinson's My Big Gay Italian Funeral. And here he is right now. How are you, darling?
I'm a nervous wreck.
Are you really?
Yes.
But you've done this before. This is your second production.
I know. Even though you've done it before, it's just there's something about the energy. It's exciting, but it's very nerve-wracking. And I'm super excited, but I'm a little nervous.
So what's going through your mind right now?
I'm just, honestly, last night was the last preview, and it went so beautifully. I'm just hoping that tonight is a carbon copy of last night, and I'll be really happy. I mean, the first 4 previews, we made a lot of changes. I think it was really good, but it needed, which is what previews are for. And I think last night it just finally hit that place where I felt so good about it. So I'm just hoping to bring it on tonight and just...
Well, from what I've seen, the reviews have been fantastic, and audiences have been giving standing ovations, so that must say something.
Yes, I think it sounds like they like it, which is great,
And again, it is opening night. It is June 16th today, Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And actually, is this a bit of a bittersweet day for you? I mean,
well, it's very funny you said that because it is a bittersweet day because the show is obviously based off of my father who passed and his wake and his and that whole experience, and I found the comedy in that, which is what brought us to this. But I actually just got a phone call at 3:00 that my sister-in-law is in labor. So if there couldn't be more signs today, A, that the opening night is on Father's Day and it's about my father, and now his first grandchild, my first nephew.
You're going to be an uncle any moment now.
It's going to happen any moment. So it's like, literally, like I was getting ready and my mother called. She's like, I can't come, the baby's coming. I'm like, what? I'm like, I can't come to the hospital. Wow. So I'm planning to
congratulations.
First thing this morning. Yeah, I hope so. I just know she's in labor. I don't know. I know she's dilating and the centimeters involved, and I don't know what it all means. I just know she's close.
We're down to any minute now. Breaking news here on the Jason Galka Show.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm really excited, yeah.
And there is a scene, I wanted to touch on this a little bit, because back in Wedding, we had mentioned that Anthony's brother Paul wasn't going to be invited to the wedding, but there is a scene where you're going to be reunited with him in Funeral. What is that going to be like?
Well, Peter is Anthony's estranged brother, and we discover in the funeral why they haven't spoken for 15 years. And it is unfortunate that it takes the father's death for them to come together, but we dig in deep into what happened, and then of course, well, I don't want to give too much away, but yes,
we got to come see it.
Yeah, we bring him to life, so it's a very fun character.
Well, we're going to be there watching the whole step of the way, so best of luck to you. You go get ready. We will see you after the show, honey.
Thanks
Good luck
a lot.
tonight.
Thanks a lot.
And we will be back much later with some more of the cast of My Big Gay Italian Funeral right here. We'll be right back.
I know, you never liked him, and you had to let everybody know it. Always said, you gotta meet a nice Italian boy, Well, I never met one.
Well, welcome back. It is the premiere night of My Big Gay Italian Funeral, and joining me right now is the director of the entire show, Sonia. Sonia, nice to see you. So how are you feeling tonight? This is it. We're down to the wire.
I know, it's really exciting. It's the moment you wait for. You live with a project, a script for months on end. You mold, you perfect as best as you can, and then this is it. This is what you wait for.
So what's going through your mind right now?
I hope they know their lines. I hope they know where to move. No, but we have a great cast. I'm actually not worried about them. They're really, really talented.
And how long have you been a director?
I've been a director for over 10 years in various capacities: theater, soap world, things like that.
Which soaps did you direct?
General Hospital, As the World Turns, currently On My Children. So yeah,
So you know Susan Lucci.
I know Susan Lucci.
I love her. And
Awesome.
I'm sure a lot of people told you this. You actually look like Melissa Archer from One Life to Live.
I've been told. Well, when I worked on the show, and she's with us now. We share facilities when we do the Prospect Park shows, and we walk around a lot together. And everyone stops us like, "You guys are sisters." I'm like, "If we only had a penny for every time we heard that." So
You guys would be millionaires.
we'd be millionaires. Yeah.
So what is it like working with this cast and Anthony and the whole production? Did you also direct a few wedding as well?
I did. I directed, and the blessing of this production is that a lot of our cast, a lot of the characters return. So we've worked with the cast, and that's a huge. It makes a big difference because we already know how they work, they know how I work, and then the new characters the new actors just kind of blended in seamlessly. So it was a really great process.
Excellent. And it's probably easier when you're working with the same people over and over.
Completely. Huge benefit, and we're like fast. We didn't have much time to rehearse, so I'm really proud of them. They did a great job.
So how tough is your job as a director?
It is, there are days where it's tougher than others. There are days when everything can go wrong, and when it does, it's a little hairy. This has been a beautiful process, and it's a very different beast because in daytime you do a different show every day, and here you just mold the same show until it's the best you think it can be. So it's really two different mindsets, but they're both really, really fulfilling.
And in soap world, you could probably do 80, 100 pages of script a day, and you're probably like, ah!
And that's exactly what we do. We do 100 pages a day, and when you tell anyone, they're like, that's not possible. I'm like, sadly it is, and we do. The last day I directed was 156 pages. I hold the record, by the way. I just want that noted.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is a tough job. Well, Sonia, best of luck tonight to you and the rest of the cast, and we will see you at the after party.
Great.
Thank you. My Big Gay Italian Funeral has premiered. It is official. And joining me once again is Sonia Blangiardo. I did say that correctly. All right. She's also from All My Children. She's one of the directors there. So happy to have you along once again. You did a phenomenal job directing the show tonight. How do you think it went?
I think it went great, but it's a testament to the cast. I've said it from day one. With a different cast, I don't think the results would have been the same. And I mean that. But I'm so proud and so happy. It was just... When people laugh, it's the best feeling in the world.
I'm still laughing about some of the scenes that we saw. It was just amazing, and everybody stood where they were supposed to and did their lines without a hitch, so it was really a great show. So what's next for you as a director? What other projects do you have going on?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm currently working on All My Children, but I'm doing my own web series that I've been working on for a year, and we're finally in production the week of July 29th, so looking forward to that. Thank you. It involves a lot of my old soap star friends who jumped on board, so I'm really proud of that.
And I grew up watching daytime as I stayed. And my grandmother, when I was very young, my grandmother and I used to watch the soaps all day long. All My Children, One Life to Live, General Hospital, and you were a part of all of those.
I worked on all three shows.
You're so lucky. It's like every director's dream come true, probably, who loved daytime.
I grew up loving daytime, so it was a dream come true for me. Like, I didn't want to do anything else. My high school friends left me a job at All My Children because that's all I said I would do. And then when I went to my 10-year reunion, I had to bring them my ABC ID because I knew no one would believe me. I'm like, I'm working at All My Children. They're like, yeah, right. I'm like, look, see? That's how obsessed I was.
Well, you said in my first interview with you that you were so nervous and a million things running through your head. Is it like a big sigh of relief, like a huge weight off your shoulders now?
It is, but it was more happy nerves. It wasn't worrying that that something bad was going to happen. It was just that excitement of, this is our opening night.
Anticipation.
Yeah, it was a great feeling.
It was a great show. We all loved it. My staff is here tonight, and we had such a great time. So thank you so much for taking a few minutes.
Of course.
So here we are. We are back at the after party of My Big Gay Italian Funeral, and joining me right now is one of the actresses in the show, Megan Robar. Hi.
How are you?
Doing great. How are you? Fantastic job tonight.
Oh, thank you very much.
We had such a great time, and you had a busy night because you played 3 roles.
Yes, I played 3 roles. They're awesome. I mean, I do sketch comedy and improv, and to land this show is just a dream come true for me. To be able to play 3 different roles, and as zany as all they are, it's been so much fun.
And you absolutely have to come down and see the play because she also played Aunt Donna, which I was on the floor laughing hysterically.
I have to be honest, Aunt Donna is like my mom and grandma hybrid. Like I like draw, a few of the lines that came naturally were from real life experiences. God bless them. But it's so much fun.
It was such an amazing job. And as you stated before we started rolling, everybody's like a big family in this
They
cast.
are. You know, I've been with the cast since 2010, and you know, about half of the cast now has been with me during this journey, and we are so close. And even the newcomers, they immediately, you know, we feel like just one giant family. And to be able to work with people that you love and respect so much, it's a blessing, and I'm really lucky.
It's such a great show once again, and you are no stranger to acting because you've also been part of Step Up 3D and Gossip Girl.
Yeah, yep, I did Gossip Girl. I played a student and had a lot of fun with that, and did a lot of work for the Onion News Network, and I perform over at the Upright Citizens Brigade doing improv. I'm a funny lady.
Yes, I was cracking up. So what's the transition like going from live theater to working on like Gossip Girl, for instance?
I mean, it's totally two different mediums. I mean, I guess, you know, for the stage, and particularly a show like this, I'm very physical. I'm very in my body. You know, everything is over the top. You're projecting, you know, and then when you're transitioning over to film and TV, everything's very subdued and it's right here, and you know, you're not really supposed to be moving your body all that much because it's just right here. And so it is a big transition, you know, to go from one to the other.
Well, you portrayed Aunt Donna so superbly, and all the other roles as well. Yes, it was my favorite as well. I'm still talking about it.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm biased to her as well. She's right.
Megan Robar, everybody, thank you so much.
so
Such a
much.
pleasure
You're
meeting
lovely.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so here I am with Angela, whose real name is Donna Castellano. Donna, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to speak with us tonight. The show went off without a hitch tonight. How are you feeling before everything started?
We had a really great show yesterday. The previews went really well, so I was okay. I was looking forward to it.
Do you get nervous before your performances?
Sometimes. I mean, the history here is we didn't have a long rehearsal process. I mean, the other show we had 3 days during the hurricane. Wow. And so this one we had a week. So it's a lot to do to rehearse in 1 week. But
you were
a great group, though.
Absolutely. And you were actually part of my big gay Italian wedding. You were also Angela in that as well. So playing this role, how close to home does it hit for you? Because you are Italian and you were playing a big old Italian mom.
Right. I have one daughter, so I guess some parts of it are really like me. And I mean, other things I would never do in public. But I feel like doing it, but I won't do it. But for here, I can do it.
And for our audience at home who hasn't seen the show yet, how could you describe your character, Angela?
Well, Angela loves her kids, and she wants to do right by them. And although she looks like really the tough one in the family that keeps it all together, she really has a heart of gold, and she would do anything for any of her kids. You know, she always gives in. She gives them a lot of trouble, but she always gives in, and you know, helps them with whatever they need.
Excellent. And you are absolutely no stranger to the broadcasting field because you also do some work for the Letterman show.
Yes, I've been doing comedic character roles on Letterman for over 8 years.
Wow.
Tom Ruprich, the writer there, who's no longer there, wrote a role for me, and I went in auditioned with 12 women, and I got the role, and we did it that day, and then I went back for 8 years, and then he left the show. But just recently, about 2 weeks ago, I went back again, and I played the mother on the How I Met Your Mother big reveal. Okay. So I was the mom in back of the yellow umbrella yelling at everybody. So I don't even know if it aired. It was a pre-shoot, but so I'm back there again. I'm happy to be back there.
Well, you're a fantastic actress on screen, off screen, voiceover talent. You've done it all pretty much. So what do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy the live theater more or more of the voiceover work that you do on the Letterman show?
Well, I love TV. I mean, my dream would be in a sitcom. That would be my dream. It really would be a sitcom. But I've learned so much doing this show every week. It's, you know, you forget how much you get out of theater. So it's really been a good experience for me as an actress. I've learned, you know, the theater stuff, the film stuff the TV stuff is shorter. You know, this is a process. You really have to listen to all the actors. You know, you constantly have to be part of the group. You can't, like, you know, buzz off for a minute, you know, and not pay attention for a second every minute. And I'm going to do a film in August. I'm going down to Virginia. First time I left home, so I'm a little nervous about that. Somebody told me to put my big girl panties on and stop it. It's called Available, and I'm playing another Italian mother, and it's a feature indie film by Michael Gibrol. So, and he's doing a lot of festival stuff. So I'm looking forward to do that. So,
Would you say that you pretty much conquered all of your goals in the media field?
no, when I get a sitcom,
Okay,
that's my goal.
That could be next. You're on your way. So if you haven't seen Funeral, you have to come see it. The mom is phenomenal. Donna, thank you so much. Best of luck to you. I enjoyed the show. You're very welcome. So here I am with Liz Giarratano. I said it correctly. It took me a couple of tries. And you played one of Anthony's best friends.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because there was always a feud between you and your rival.
Right. In honesty, he likes me more. He likes me better.
We just want to clarify that. You have to see the show to know what we're talking about here.
True.
So how did you feel opening night went?
It was great. There's a lot of energy. It's so crazy just to work on a show and just do rehearsals and then for it finally just to be there and live with an audience, and it's just, there's no word to describe it. It's just such high energy and just, it's amazing. It really is. I think it's why we all do it, honestly. Yeah.
What was the anticipation like leading up to this moment, getting down to the wire, the last hour?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's so many of us, and there's just so much excitement in the dressing room. I mean, we're a lot of people. It's a huge cast, as you can see. And just getting ready and prepping and going over lines. I mean, it wasn't a very long rehearsal process, so a lot of it was just, fly by the seat of your pants and get it, rehearse, do it, and then, we open in an hour. So it was I think it's a testament to how great we all work together, that we were able to just have minimal rehearsals and just get it done, and I was thrilled. I thought it went great. So
We really did. We were laughing. We were front row and we had such a great time. I'm still playing it back in my head and laughing at certain scenes. So what is the transition like to be in such a fast-paced environment like that, like switching scenes so quickly, changing the outfits, going from 2013 back to 1998?
Yeah, well, I was super nervous because, as you saw, it's not a lot of time. So it's there's a lot of running. There's a lot of just pulling clothes off, putting hair pieces on. I mean, it's like at that point, it's just let's make it work and just go and do it. Thank God we haven't ever been late for the entrance. I'm knocking on some wood now because it can happen. It's live, it's theater. But yeah, it's very fast, but it always works out. It just always happens. It always gets done. We always make it. So, and that's the most important part. So.
Absolutely. And what do you love most about being an actress?
Oh, that's such a hard question. I think a lot like what I said before. There's just nothing else that can match the feeling of having a live audience. Just rehearsing, preparing for a role in that moment where it's you're doing it. It's live. There's nothing like that high. It's incredible.
Such a great standing ovation and positive feedback from the audience. The laughter, the applause. It was so great. So do you guys feed off of that energy from the audience?
Yeah, I feel like even with my Big Gay Italian wedding, funeral, it's just, we always have the best audiences. Like we always say, we have fans of Anthony's that just come to the show, and these people come, they come and repeatedly, and they're just, every time it's the first time, and they love it. They come and it's they're friends. We know them after a while, and it's just, I've never had that experience where audience members are just so into a show like that. It's great, really.
Well, myself and my staff, we saw Wedding as well, which was so funny, but we're still going to be talking about this one for a long time. This was the sequel. So does this kind of take the pressure off of doing it again next week?
Yes, definitely, absolutely. And now that this is done, I'm like, okay, what else can we do? Let's bring it. We got it. So definitely.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes. We're here once again at the after party of my Big Gay Italian funeral, and we're having a blast. So Liz, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you. Okay, well, joining me right now is Linda Giarratano, who is the mom of Liz, who we just spoke with. Hi, Linda.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
You as well. So you are also in the audience tonight at my Big Gay Italian funeral. How do you think the show went?
Thought it was amazing. It really was. I have the same anticipation my daughter does as a mother before the shows actually opens, and I was just so proud of not only Elizabeth but the entire cast. It was just fantastic. It was a great night. It was a fun night. It was. And I feel just as proud of Anthony as I feel of my daughter because, it's like a family. It really is. The whole cast it's the franchise of the Big Gay franchise, whether it's the wedding, the funeral, they really are like a family, and I feel like they're all my kids.
I want to join too. How do I audition?
Well, you can be my son too. We'll
be that.
adopt you.
So I'm sure that you are a proud mama, as you stated, for Liz, for all the work that she's done. Now, as a mom, when she was growing up and says she wanted to be in show business, what was your reaction to that?
Very supportive. Very, very supportive. When she was growing up, if she wanted to do softball, we supported her in softball. If she wanted to do theater, we supported theater. No matter what she wanted to do growing up, as parents, you support your children for them to find what they love. And fortunately, she found what she loved in the theater, and she stuck with it. I'm very happy that she did. Absolutely. Yeah.
She's still in the room, that's why I keep looking over there. Well, Linda, thank you so much for taking a few minutes. You as well. Oh, you're so welcome. We will see you out there. All right, so we're about to close the show with the star of the hour. The premiere has happened. Mr. Anthony Wilkinson. Is it like a weight lifted off your shoulders?
You have no idea. I'm like high as a kite. I'm so excited.
Maybe it's the wine there.
It's the wine, too. Our director just announced that the show's been extended now through the new year, which is beautiful, and I'm very excited about that.
Congratulations.
I'm very excited. And it's a weight lifted off my shoulders, and now I can just relax. It was just so nice to have a really solid opening. It was just really, really great.
It was fantastic. I mean, I'm still playing some of the scenes in my head, and I'm still laughing. Yeah. It's so funny. The Aunt Donna scene, you have to come see the show. Visit telecharge.com and get your tickets, because you have to. Now I'm going to turn Sally Jesse Raphael on you. Oh. Do you have a situation like this in real life with your brother as you do in this?
Okay, no. My sister and my gay brother are manufactured characters that are not real life. There is obviously the death of my father, and those characters are all kind of spun into one characters from real life. But the situation between my brother and my sister in the show is really more of my take on the things that have always bothered me about my family. My grandmother was always the peacemaker, and but growing up, so many of my aunts and uncles and cousins, and it was just so hard to keep track of who didn't speak to who. And so I actually took on the role in this show, which is the complete opposite of myself, as the bitchy one who's carrying the grudge. And in real life, I don't ever really carry a grudge. I mean, I don't care. You don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me. But and I'm not like that at all. So but I wanted to kind of portray what I grew up with, and how a problem that starts as something so small can manifest and over so many years become this big hot issue that nobody even knows why they're not talking anymore. And that is kind of, as a kid, how I grew up. It'd be like, Grandma, why don't we talk to this one? Why don't we talk to that one? Oh, we don't talk to those cousins. We don't talk to these cousins. And then it was just always a drama.
It's in every family.
Right. And I think everyone can relate to that. And that's what I'm really excited about at the opening night party, because so many people are really comparing notes and saying, oh, I can relate to this.
Absolutely. Check me off. I'm on there.
Right. It's I think everybody has someone in their family that, or a family situation that they can relate to that dynamic.
Wow. So is this making it so much easier for next week now? Is this, again, a huge way?
Yes. Next week. I mean, I was so nervous tonight, and now I'm like...
It was absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
I loved it. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. So I'm so glad, and thank you for inviting us out once again to be here at the after party here at the Hudson Terrace on 46th Street as well. So we had such a great time, and I hope you did too. Visit telecharge.com if you'd like to see tickets to see Anthony's new show here, My Big Gay Italian Funeral, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. There's a couple of people I want to thank. First of all, I want to thank this incredible cast and crew. I also want to thank the cast. We have a lot of our cast members from My Big Gay Italian Wedding are here. Can you guys come up? Yeah! I'm very special cast members. especially. Nick, he plays Frankie. This is Paul and Gregorio. And here's Joe. I want to thank everybody at the St. Luke's Theater, Harrison and Chris, everybody at the box office for an incredible job, and this air condition, which is just amazing. Thank you so much. I want to thank our costume designer, Emily DeSimone. I want to thank Frankie Palumbo and Mom's Thoughts, two of my favorite fans in the world. Help us with social media and merchandise. We love you. Thank you so much. I want to thank Sandy. Where's Sandy? Our assistant stage manager. I want to thank our general manager, Robert. And QQ Entertainment. He's also our PSN. I met Robert up in Ogunquit last year, and it was one of those things that everything happens for a reason, and he's just been like the biggest dream come true. And Robert, I can't thank you enough. There's no words. And last but not least, I want to thank the director of this production and also my best friend and sister, Sonia Blangiardo. You're not going to come up, are you? My incredible family who is not here tonight, and it's actually a funny story because everybody always said that these shows have been cursed because when we went to open in Atlantic City, we couldn't open because Hurricane Irene happened, and then we went to open on November 3rd and we had issues because Hurricane Sandy come and the family couldn't come. Well, I'd like to say that tonight the curse is broken because the reason why my family's not here tonight is because my sister-in-law's in labor. We're going to have a beautiful baby in a minute. She's 10 centimeters dilated and everything. I'm like watching my phone. I'm like, what is it again? He's not here yet, but he'll be here at the party. So anyway, I want to invite everyone here tonight. We have a beautiful party, and everyone is invited. It's a Hudson Terrace. Where is that? 46 between 11 and 12. It's the second floor. We have the whole second floor, and there's air conditioning, and it's outside. I'm going to do and thank you guys so much.